Alright guys, so now we're going to start on another page of this theme. So we finished the index page. Now we're going to move to the about page, and this is what it's going to look like. So basically the inner pages will have this like little header area, and the about page will have this text over here. What we do, it'll have a random image, circular image. Then we'll have some boxes, some colored boxes with some icons, or I should say cards. And then down here, we're going to have this testimonial slider. And this actually isn't part of Bootstrap. This is from the Slick slider. So if you go to kenwheeler.github.io/slick, this is what we'll be using. And this is a really cool slider because there's a lot of ways that you can configure it. So to show one thing or multiple things, it's responsive. You can have variable widths, adaptive widths, center mode, lazy loading. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So it's a really neat and lightweight slider to use. So that's what we're going to use for our testimonials. Okay, so let's get actually putting the script tags and stuff out of the way. So we'll create our about page. And let's just say new file here, about.html. And what I'm going to do is copy everything in the index page and just paste that in. Now, we don't need a lot of this stuff. We're not using the video play on this page, so we can get rid of this snippet. We're not using the lightbox. We're not using the carousel. So we can get rid of everything except for the year thing here. We also don't need the echo lightbox script. Okay, you want to be sure that you don't include things you don't need because it just adds size to the page and to the request. And then up here, the CSS, we don't need the echo lightbox CSS, so we can get rid of that. Okay, but we do need the scripts for Slick slider, so let's grab those. Let's see. I think, let's see, usage. Is this it here? So yeah, you do need jQuery. Let's grab the CDN. So what we'll do is we'll search for Slick slider CDN. And let's use this. So cdnjs.com. And I think, is this it? Yeah, this is it. So this has, again, this has CSS, and it actually has two CSS files. It has Slick CSS and also Slick theme, which is right here. So we want both of these. So let's grab Slick CSS. So we'll say copy link tag. And we're going to go back here and paste that in right above our custom CSS file. And then right below it, we want to put the Slick theme CSS. So we'll use this right here. You could use the minified version if you want, but I'm just going to grab this and put that right there. Okay, and that in the Slick theme, that's where we're going to get like the little arrow icons and stuff like that. And then we need the JavaScript. So down at the bottom, let's go back to cdn.js and let's grab slick.js. So copy the script tag and we'll put this right below Bootstrap, and then we should be all set. Okay, so now what we want to do is get rid of pretty much everything in the body except for the nav bar, okay, because everything is going to be different. So I'm going to go from the bottom of the body up to the showcase slider and just get rid of it. And then for the nav bar, I just want to change the active class from home. So we'll cut that and we'll put it onto the about li like that. So now if we go to our site, this is not our site, this is the finished one. Let's go to ours. And if we go to about us, it's just going to be the nav bar. And you can see that we have the border on about us. So let's start with the header, okay, the page header, which is going to be very simple. So we'll go right here, we'll say page header. And all this is going to be really is a header tag. And we'll give it an ID of page header. And let's do a container. Let's do a row. And then this is actually going to be just a 6-column row, not 2 6-columns. I'm just going to do 1 6-column because that's really all we need. So we'll do col md6, and we want to align it to the middle. So for that, we want to use margin auto. Okay, or m-auto, and let's text center everything as well. And then we'll put an H1, we'll say about us, and then a paragraph, and we'll do lorem 10 for like a subtext area. So let's save that, see what it looks like. Okay. Now our page header is going to have like a background and stuff like that. We want some padding and stuff. So let's go to our CSS, style CSS, and let's add some custom CSS. So we'll say page header. Let's give it a height of 200 pixels. I'm going to give it a background, which will be a URL. And the URL will be in the image folder, and it's going to be image1.jpg. So it's one of the images that we used in the slider. And let's set the background position. So just to make it look a little better, I'm going to just bring it up 360 pixels. And let's make it fixed. So background attachment fixed. And let's set the color of the text to white. Let's set a border bottom, and we'll set that to 1 pixel. Let's do EE solid, and then I'm just going to add padding top of 50 pixels. So let's save that and take a look, and there we go. So I didn't have to do an overlay here because the image is dark enough, and it's always going to be this image, so it's fine. Now under the page header, excuse me, we're going to do the about. Okay, so we want to do the about section, which is going to be pretty simple. So let's go back to VS Code to the index, not the index, I can close that actually. We're going to go back to about, go under the header, and let's say about section. So this will be a section with the ID of about. And I also want to have some padding, so we'll say class. And we want padding on the top and bottom, 3. Let's put our container and our row. And then we're going to have 2 6-column divs. So call MD6. Okay, they're going to stack on small screens, but anything medium and up will be 2 6-column divs. And we'll just say what we do. Put a paragraph, and I'm just going to say lorem 50 tab and just put a bunch of text. And let's do 2 paragraphs. So I'll just copy this paragraph and we'll put another one. And then under that 6-column div, we're going to put another one. So call MD6. This will be the other half. And this is where we're going to put an image. Let's give it a few classes. So we want to put image or img fluid. We also want it to be rounded, so I'm going to say rounded dash circle. And then I only want this image to show on medium screens and up. When it's on a mobile screen, I don't want it to show, so I'm going to do d none to start with, and then let's do d dash md dash block. Okay, and then for the source, let's do https. Oops, not a, s, and we're going to do source.unsplash.com/random, and then for the size I'll do 700 times 700, and we can pick a keyword. So I'm going to say / technology, and that should do it. Oh, one more thing, I'm going to add a custom class so we can grab onto it in our CSS. I'll just call it about img, and I'll show you why. So let's save that, and that's what it should look like. Now I want the image to actually be above this fold, above this line right here, so it kind of, you know, sticks up a little bit. So that's why I put that custom class so we can grab onto it in our CSS. And we'll say, let's see, it's about no, it was a class of about img. And we're just going to say margin top, and we want it to go up, so we're going to say -50 pixels. Okay, let's save that and take a look, and now you can see it goes up into the header, which is the effect that I wanted. And just to show you, when we go to mobile view, the image disappears, and that's what I want. So once we get to medium, the image pops in. Okay, and the bigger it gets, the larger it gets, and that's due to the image fluid class. Okay, so I think we're going to stop here. In the next video, we'll continue with the boxes, the colored card boxes, and also the slick slider testimonial.